Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a slow, calm breath of relaxation. And as you exhale, just give permission to release any tension, any stress, any worries. And then breathe in even deeper than you did before. Lower than your chest down into your diaphragm. And start to scan your body for any clues of stress or tension. Perhaps your forehead, neck, shoulders, or jaw. And feel like it's melting away, so that as you breathe out, that tension, that stress is being released. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And I want you to think that anxiety is not something you experience. It's something you create. That you are the architect of your anxiety. And I want you to imagine that when the ingredients change, the emotion changes. So breathe in and breathe out. Feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed. Eyelids getting heavier and heavier. Jaw more and more relaxed. And just imagine what your head would feel like if it was a helium balloon on a string, feeling so light. Floating. Calm and relaxed, arms and legs just feeling limp, loose and heavy, so relaxed. And I want you to think of someone that if you were to meet in real life, you might be worried about what they think, their opinions, or how you are in that situation. I want you to think of one specific, at a specific time, like a date and a time in the calendar. And just imagine it's the days leading up to that moment. And I want you to try as hard as you can to feel anxious about that moment before it happens. And perhaps there's a voice in a particular location that feels like it's inside your head. But you know it's your voice because it's saying I, not you. And it feels like it's your tonality and your words. But I want you to imagine you've got all of the control. So hear those words. And maybe those words are fast and convincing, with no room to negotiate. What if my brain goes blank? What if I forget what to say? What if they think I'm an idiot? And just allow your mind to come up with all of the words that could be said. And then feel like you have a dial to turn down the speed. Keep the words the same, but slow them down. Just like when you listen to a video on YouTube, you can increase the speed or slow down the speed. Imagine putting it at 50% or even slower. Keep the words the same. What if they think I'm an idiot? And even though the words are the same, the anxiety feels lower. And then try it again, the same words, this time ending the words with upward inflection, so it sounds like a question. What if they think I'm an idiot? And notice that the question replaces certainty with doubt and almost creates a feeling of silliness, of low probability. And you can try that with even the most devastating thing. What if a comet hits the planet Earth and we're all extinct? I want you to get a sense that it doesn't matter how devastating it is. When you slow it down, turn it into a question, it feels insignificant. And notice that the harder you try to use those words to make you feel anxious, because your brain knows how to slow it down and turn it into a question, you can't unlearn that. You couldn't unlearn how to read. You can't unlearn how to talk if you tried. Once you know, you know. The toothpaste is already out of the tube now. Whenever you start to feel anxious, with words inside your own mind, it will be impossible to forget that all you need to do is allow your mind to slow them down, turn them to a question, and if you really want to have fun, move the location to either outside of your body or into your little toe. In fact, try it now. Have the words slow and in a question from your little toe, and notice that the harder you try to feel anxious, the more elusive the anxiety becomes. And if your unconscious now knows how to dial that anxiety down, let me know by nodding your head. And sometimes you might imagine an event happening before it's happened. Many people imagine meeting someone they haven't met yet, and they normally teleport into their own body for something that hasn't happened yet. But I want you to imagine that future meeting where you see yourself looking exactly as you would around your closest friends where you feel most relaxed. So when you see yourself in that environment meeting that person, you see yourself looking calm and relaxed. And I want you to see yourself communicating coherently, fluently, exuding confidence and relaxation. Nothing forced, everything authentic, and see yourself looking comfortable in your own skin. And just realize that when you zone out, when you look at the bigger picture, everything feels less significant. And just notice that if you can feel relaxed in this environment, you can feel relaxed in any environment. See yourself with sky-high self-esteem, absolute confidence in your own talents, in your own qualities. And then imagine that person saying the kind of things that you would worry about them saying. Be the observer as you hear them saying, "You're such an idiot." But see that your response isn't someone that is getting upset. See someone looking confused. You're looking confused. Maybe even responding, "What do you mean?" See any harsh judgment met with either confusion or ambivalence. See a version of you with skin made of Teflon that words simply slide off if they're not welcome. See yourself with the resilience of rhino skin, impenetrable to upset you or hurt any feelings. Imagine observing everything you wouldn't want to hear, not because you expect it to be said, but just to give you evidence that you could handle it if it was. And see that the only thing that would change in this dynamic isn't your value, it's theirs. Your value would remain the same, but when you leave that meeting or that environment, your evaluation of them would change. Maybe you would respect them less, value their opinion less, that it wouldn't be about you, it would be about them. And if you're seeing a version of you that could experience the worst and deal with it anyway, let me know by nodding your head. And acknowledge that this is very improbable and unlikely, and now play the scene of what is far more likely, that they are kind and interested and engaging, that they respect you with courtesy and politeness, that just because you can deal with harsh words doesn't increase the probability of hearing them. So see yourself managing the situation as you would want it to happen, giving you a sense of feeling immune to any words of disapproval or judgment, and far more excited to enjoy spending time in the presence of someone that you admire. And when you're convinced that that version of you can handle being in this environment with that person, feeling calm and relaxed, let me know by nodding your head. And then step into that version of you. Now in a first-person perspective, feeling how good it would feel to be in that environment, and notice an absence of inner dialogue now, and the words you choose to use just flow naturally, effortlessly. Notice your breathing is calm and relaxed. Your heart rate is slow and steady, that it feels like you're talking to a close friend, even if they're not. And if you want to dial down any other emotions, just imagine shrinking them down until they're the size of a kitten. That their words can be the same, but the feeling changes. Because your imagination is not about reality. It's about what's useful. So allow your imagination to disregard all of those other anxious thoughts that were also not real. And instead, give you the feeling that you can handle it. That there isn't a person on the planet that you couldn't feel relaxed if you were in their company. Because you are you, and they are them. Imagine saying goodbye to this person, feeling that the interaction was positive and useful, beneficial in some way. And as you leave, imagine seeing some spiral staircase and walk down. Imagine walking down to a place in your subconscious mind where you can solidify new changes. As you make the evaluation that you are genuinely excited to meet people you admire, that you can look forward to each new connection with curiosity and anticipation, you will make the evaluation that if you have a good connection online, you will have a good connection in reality. Because you enjoy the company of those whose opinions you respect, feeling naturally comfortable around them. Any anxious thoughts will always naturally slow down, becoming softer and gentler, almost like a question in your mind. And as you anticipate social situations, you'll start to wonder, what if it goes better than I expect? And each time you imagine a future conversation, you'll imagine yourself being calm, fluent, and effortlessly clear in your communication. Because your mind focuses on your strengths, on your qualities, as you begin to realize how naturally comfortable you are and can be in any social situation. That any thoughts of messing up feel distant and improbable, and you quickly recognize how low the chances of that happening are. That even if mistakes occur, you easily adjust, knowing that they're minor and easily resolved. You can handle it. When you're with your close friends, if the wrong words come out, you just repeat it. Say it in a different way. Everyone gets lost for words every now and then, and it's no big deal. And whenever you meet someone new, particularly if you know them only online, you will realize how your mind wants to take you to that relaxed demeanor. And when you're in that place, other people also relax around you. Feel that you are immune to any thoughts of judgment, as you understand others are far more focused on their own experience. I wonder if you could acknowledge that what's far more probable is mutual respect in conversations, knowing that both parties value the connection. And whenever fear creeps in, allow yourself to introduce doubt. Is this fear even necessary? Is this even likely to happen? I can't deal with that. And as you introduce doubt, fear becomes snow on a sunny day, just melting away. Make a decision that your future is improved by interacting with those people that have qualities that you admire, that you can enrich your life and theirs by turning digital connections into real life connections. That the anticipation and the anxiety is simply because you value that connection and that relationship, not because you're likely to mess it up. And if your unconscious agrees that there is a new recipe for thinking about future interactions, let me know by nodding your head. And as you imagine walking up a spiral staircase, imagine that the spiral staircase leads to where you are right now. And when you get to the top, see yourself step into your own body, as very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, feeling connected into the here and now, as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. And you will awaken feeling confident, worthy, and excited to turn digital connections into real connections, starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.